Korach, Korach has two parts, I think. There's an easy part to understand and a very difficult part for a Jew to digest in Parshat Korach. The first part, we know the story of Korach. This is the first attempted coup in the Bible. I'm not going to get into the whole story. We know the story, and if we don't, go read about it. It's fascinating, right? The first political coup. All I'm going to say is that Korach has a case. This is the easy part to understand. Korach is the first one who says, why Moses, why Aaron? And I got to tell you, if you read the rabbinic mefarshim, if you read the commentators, it makes perfect sense why Korach thinks what he thinks. However, we know the ending. God proves him wrong. Korach and his sons are swallowed up by the mouth of the land, and heavenly fire burns into a crisp 250 followers of his. End of the story. Thus far, the easy part of Parshat Korach, of course, in biblical terms. The second part of the Torah portion is what is very difficult. We would have thought that after what we just witnessed, right, and there was a plague I didn't mention, that, we now, for the time being, the Israelites are going to be good boys and girls, and we'll move on. But no. God now he wants to initiate further proof that he chose Aaron and the Kohanim. Now, why? I mean, after what we've just experienced, right, the whole earth miracle, horrific miracle, and the fire and the plague, it's clear to everyone that you're God. Why do we need further proof? What is even more bizarre is the type of proof. God doesn't explain anything. He says, right, if there are 12 tribes, I want 12 staffs, he says, right, wooden staffs, and whichever one the following day blossoms, that is the tribe which I chose to be the Koranites, and lo and behold, Aaron's staff blossoms. Why do we need this? What we just read before was enough to ascertain God's power. I think the only way I can understand this is that God wants to prove something else. The Bible perhaps is trying to prove something else, and that is that Jews don't go according to logic, despite what we might think. The biblical God does not go according to logic. The biblical God and the Jewish people are meant to follow God's inscrutable will. And that is a difficult thing. I think that is the only way I can understand this further miracle that God performs. He's trying to prove to us, I'm not going to give you a reason for why I chose them. I don't have to, I'm not going to. It is my inscrutable will, as Rabbi Soloveitchik taught, my father taught me, and you need to follow this. Take it or leave it. And I think this is what makes Parshat Korach very dramatic, a fundamental pillar in the Bible. Shabbat Shalom.